Hey guys, come with us back to Australia after living in Ghana for a year and 8 months. So this was us the morning of our flight. It was currently 12 a.m. Our flight was at 7 a.m. but we had a 4-hour car drive to the airport. So here I was just checking my fit in my face, all tea. So I was saying bye to my dogs. This is Lucky, that's Prada. Then we have Tuxie and Peace. And I'm guessing they knew we were going for a while because they were running away. So while waiting for our transport, we were just having our last conversations at home with our grandpa for a while. And all our luggage was wrapped in trash bags because the road is really dusty. So yeah, I was just showing you guys that I really was living in the bush. I was a bush girl. So midway to the airport, we picked up my cousin and traffic was looking really heavy. Everyone was stressing if we were going to get to the airport on time because it was 4:32 and we needed to be at the airport by 5. But once we seen our distinct roundabout, we knew we were really close. Yes, and this roundabout. And everybody started to calm down a bit and we weren't too worried about whether we were going to be on time anymore. So there's your Uber. So now I was just taking like scenic videos of Ghana, and this was the Ghana Courthouse, Ghana Jubilee House. I don't remember the correct name. This is a bus station and First Bank Ghana. I was just taking videos of anything that looks aesthetically pleasing to my eyes, I guess. There's a Darling Hair signboard, and this was me looking at my last overly packed taxi for a while because that is not normal in Australia. Once I seen these black and white road bricks, I knew we were already at the airport, and there's a sign, Kotaka International Airport. Everybody was finally calm because it had just hit 5, so we did get there on time. And some people came to help us pack our luggage and take it on the trolleys for us. And I had to just check my face card to make sure she wasn't declining. Here we were walking to Terminal 3 departures, and all our baggage allowance was correct. Like, they were all 23 kilos each, and they were even under, except for my carry-on. Here we were checking into business class because I know you saw that. It said business. And my cursor dropped, so I wasn't really too happy. But yeah, my carry-on was 1 kilo over, and they allowed me to still take it. So yeah, we were just having our last conversations. My auntie, my cousin, my grandpa. I don't know why my dad gave my brother our passports, talking about he's responsible enough to hold it. Babes. Yeah, so we were just having our last moments with our cousin, and here we were getting ready to go do passport checks and security, which I couldn't film because it was really hectic and they were rushing us, even though our flight wasn't for another hour. So we had our last breakfast. This man was hand-foot sewing this crochet thingy. Yeah, we had cocktail and a cheese croissant for breakfast. Here we were just boarding our flight. This is from Accra to Istanbul, Turkey. And yeah, this man had a labubu and my brother couldn't mind his own business, so he's minding everyone else's, I guess. Yep, here we are just walking into our business class. As you can see, business. Yeah, and we hadn't even taken off yet and people were already fighting. Like, this Turkish lady wanted to sit in this seat, I guess, and she didn't book it, and this black man was sitting in it. A lot of stuff. Yeah, we also still hadn't taken off, and this boy was already looking for games and shows to watch. So here they are just giving us our information, like, in case the plane crashes. So yeah, we're getting ready for takeoff. Yep, and once again, he's still playing games. We haven't even taken off yet, babes. Slow down. So this was us just leaving Ghana. We had taken off. The view was really beautiful, the clouds. There was little to no turbulence on this first flight, so that was a plus. Yeah, we were leaving the Ghana border is what I would say this is, I guess. And it was such a beautiful view, like the coast, the water. Yeah, and here's my brother. Yeah, so we had a 6-hour, and I'm pretty sure it was 40-minute flight to Istanbul. And they thought I was a kid and gave me a goodie bag. I appreciate it, I guess. And they brought us lunch, which was pasta, bread, chocolate mousse, salad, and a drink of our choice. I had water. I started watching Megan too, but I never finished it. And then I switched to Abbott Elementary. And somebody on this flight was farting, and it was really stink. So this was us when we had 45 minutes left of our flight. We were to reach at 4:55, I think it was. And it was 4:22 in Istanbul time. And yeah, it was such a beautiful view. They did bring us a tikka masala sandwich, but I didn't film it. Tasted like Subway. So I was checking our connecting flight details, but they weren't even correct in the end because they ended up changing our boarding gate once we did arrive. So yeah, my face was feeling really rough. I slept a majority of this flight, so I did not get through one full movie. So I look to the left and I see that this plane is flying right with us. Like, it was so sentimental. It felt like friends, like, meeting together. We landed together. It was so cute. Like, wow, they wanted to reach Istanbul with us, like, from wherever they were coming from. This was us getting ready to land in Turkey. The view was beautiful. It was really green, like the greenery was green. Yeah. Here's my brother being overly dramatic about touchdown, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had to be a little nonchalant because I felt that in my heart. Like, yeah. Here we are just going to our international transfer so we can go to our connecting flight. And we had to go check what our new boarding gate was. And yeah. We did go to the bathroom to refresh ourselves, and I always wonder if women are any cleaner than men, because why is there piss and tissues all over the floor? Yeah, so we did security. I couldn't film that because it was really hectic. They were rushing us. Yeah, we walked around before we got to our gate. Here's a signboard talking about my bum. We saw Carl's Jr., McDonald's for the first time in nearly 2 years, Arby's. There was a museum, but we couldn't go there. My phone was on 1%, so I needed to charge her so I could get content. This was us getting ready to board our flight to Abu Dhabi from Istanbul. It was 7:30 at this point, and here we were just getting ready for takeoff. We did more driving around doing laps than flying because we spent a good 40 minutes on that tarmac. But yeah, it started to rain and I started to get a bit scared. And unfortunately, this is where my TikTok said part 1 has to end because it wouldn't let me add any more. This was us taking off in Turkey, and the view was so beautiful, like the lights. It was so cute. But I couldn't add any more videos after this, so they did bring us dinner, and we had Turkish jollof, meatballs, salad, fruits, and I had with a Coke, and we had bread and butter. I started watching The Woman King, and that was so beautiful. Like, why haven't I ever watched that?